Back here on a special opening day edition of the MLB pregame show. Matt Vasgersian here, counting down the minutes until the new season gets underway. And before it does, we'll check out our first Topps Player Spotlight. Steve Cook is our subject, having signed only a one-year deal with this organization during the offseason. For whatever reason, the two sides couldn't come to any kind of long-term agreement, so we'll have to go through the contract process again after the year.
Well, you hear a lot about players wanting to have a long-term contract, but sometimes it is in their best interest to sign a one-year deal. I mean, think about it. You can drive your price tag up even higher if you have a monster year, and a lot of players will do just that, and they'll use it as their motivation to play. And it can be a good thing for an organization as well. I mean, typically, one-year deals aren't that expensive, and they give that team a chance to see how this player is going to develop.
Okay. Eric, Steve, and I are ready for baseball, and we'll have it for you next on the show. MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the great state of Florida and Marlins Park in Miami. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Detroit Tigers and the Miami Marlins. Hi again, everybody. It's finally here. Welcome to our special opening day edition of Baseball on the Show. I'm joined by Eric Harros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, as we get set to get things going, it's the pitching that has to be considered one of the strong points on this ball club.
Yeah, and pitching is going to be important for these guys. No question about it. They're only going to go as far as this group right here is going to take them. And to me, it looks like a staff that's capable of getting the job done.
The game's count starting now. It's opening day. It's the show. And it's coming up next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your Miami Marlins.
So a moment now to take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Detroit Tigers. Steve, what's their focus as they go for their first win?
I think this team really needs to find that right balance between power and speed. They've got them both, but you can't rely too heavily on the long ball, and you also can't run yourselves out of potential run-scoring opportunities. So mix it together well.
Jose Fernandez gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, he had a real nice season last year. Had over 200 strikeouts on the season. He's got some of the better swing and miss stuff in all the league.
With a moment now, let's give you a look at the Miami D. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, one place you don't want to hit it is to the third baseman. Absolute vacuum down there. It's got great range. Some of the plays...
Steve Cook comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Third baseman, Steve Cook.
And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball one.
Right here, kid. Go.
High and deep to right center field. Simone ranging back. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. So it's a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the first, as the Marlins will take a 1-0 lead.
And this is one of those guys that we consider to be part of that new breed of leadoff hitter. You know, it used to be that your leadoff guy was a guy that might hit 3 or 4 home runs a year. But nowadays, managers are realizing, hey, my leadoff guy is going to get more at-bats than anyone else in my lineup over the course of the season. So why not put a better hitter up there rather than just a punch-and-Judy guy? And that's...
Digging in the switch hitter, Johnny Worth, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. On the ground to the left side. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
Well, it didn't look like there was anything too special about this ground ball. It just looked like he maybe raised his head a little bit there, and that'll cost him a 1-out base runner.
Steve Cook digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Low for ball 1. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. A lot of balls down in the zone in the last inning or so.
And I think that's in response to getting bit by those 2 home run balls. He might be a little leery of challenging guys right now, and I don't blame him. Keep it down there.
Tanaka into his motion. Here it is on 2-0. Lets it fly 2-0, but this one's by him for the first strike. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
Hey, one time, right now.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third.
You could tell he never did want to give in to him out there. I don't blame him.
Marcell Ozuna will stand in now following the leadoff walk. And might we see a bunt attempt here in the 2-run ball game?
Every extra run helps. It's a possibility, but I think they'll probably let him take his chances swinging away.
Nobody out, runner on first. Hit hard towards center. And that'll get down for a base hit.
All right, you're here.
And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
With some guys, it doesn't matter if it's 0-2 or 2-0. They take the same approach either way. This right here is one of those guys, and he comes through from being down in the count.
Christian Yelich will stand in here with 2 on. And now, following the walk and the single, do you get the sense, EK, that they're getting to him just a bit?
Maybe a little. I wouldn't be too worried just yet. He's shown the ability to bounce back before, but it's also looking like he might not have his very best stuff.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
And after that pitch was called a ball on the pitch before, I think this actually qualifies as strike 4. You know, on the mound, he's probably thinking, hey, can I apply the credit to the next guy?
Giancarlo Stanton is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout.
And I'm sure he'd like a base hit right now here of any sort. But hey, another fly ball wouldn't be all that bad because he should be able to drive in a run with a sacrifice fly.
Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
Oh, and that's a good pitch right there. That's just a hard-breaking slider down and away. And you get the hitter to be enticed by that pitch when it's about halfway there. That was looking like it was going to be a fastball on the outer.
Hey, come on, baby. See it.
Nick Franklin stands in with 2 on and 2 out here in the third.
And you know, some guys just get better with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. This is a big at-bat for him right here, even though it's still early.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Simone moves over, and that's the third out. Marlins strand a pair. They're up 2-0. Steve Cook strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
Have a rip, kid. Here you go.
Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Goes the other way and sends it deep down the right field line. But that'll be off the right field wall. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
Well, you know he's got one home run already. And I think off the bat right there, he was pretty sure he got another one. But you can see this ball's going to wind up just a little bit short as it kicks off the wall. And he's going to have to settle for just...
Marcell Ozuna will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far. Sent on the ground out to second. Rivas from shallow right. Spin throw. Gets him at first. The only play he had, and he made it a good one.
Well, I think he may have taken the tougher of 2 approaches right there. I think he did have time to square his shoulders and try to flip it to first that way. Instead, he chooses...
Christian Yelich steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
Let's pitch right here. Let's go, kid.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. And here's a slider that misses below the knees. It's ball 4.
Remember, this guy homered off him earlier in the ballgame, so he may be a little gun-shy this time around. Understandable.
Giancarlo Stanton digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
Drilled on the ground to short. Iglesias is up with it. And a gorgeous flip to second, and with that, the side is retired. Marlins strand a pair. They lead it 2-1. Justin Upton will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Hit hard down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but it gets by the glove down the line.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with 1 away.
Steve Cook strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
Hey, get your pitch up there. Come on now.
Starts things with a splitter outside for ball 1. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Oh, pretty healthy hack that time. It's 1-1.
I think that's been his best pitch so far in this game. Guys just haven't been all that close to it.
Oh, and he gets a hold of this one as it's in the air to deep left. Does he have another one? He does. It's another home run. A solo shot here to left. His second home run of the game. And the Marlins have come back to tie things at 3.
That great work he'd done on the mound, well, it just got undone on one swing. He's gone from being in total control to we got ourselves a tie ball game.
And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
And you have to feel good for that guy right there. The games finally count, and he comes out on opening day and turns in a great performance. That's how you want to get your season started.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Tigers win it 4-3.
1 error.
So long
They
from
left
South
an even
Florida.
20 men on base. For the Marlins, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours exactly. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, and please drive home safely.